Okay, we're going to look at a new concept called completing the square, and we're going to use it to find the vertex of a parabola. So let's look at the joke of the day. Our pizza guy's making his nice pizza, and then these kids are going, man, this pizza is taking forever, forever, with a nice symbol. Okay, let's look at some concepts first. So concept one, factoring a perfect square. So to factor a perfect square, I know we've gone over this. This is a perfect square, so to factor it, you put a bracket here. Let's get my pen out here. So you put a bracket here, squared. Okay, you take the square root of the first term. So in each of these cases, it's going to be an x here. A square root of the last term, which is a 4, and the sign of the middle. So here it's a positive, so you put the sign of the middle. So if you were to expand that, you'd get that back there. Okay, so we're just going to factor ones where it starts with x squared here. Okay, we're always going to deal with x squared. So again, either half of that or square root of that. Okay, that in the front. Now this times 2 gives you the 8. I want you to try these two, and I'll put the answers up in a second. So when you're done them on your worksheet, you can see if you got them right. Okay, hopefully you've done them. So you put a bracket in the squared, put x, sign of the middle. So sign of the middle, and here 3. So you need to understand this concept. So it's the square root of 9. 3 times 3 is 9. Here, squared, you put an x in the front, the sign of the middle, and 6 times 6 is 36. So it's 6. Square root of 36 is 6. That's concept one. So you have to understand this in order to do completing the square. Okay, concept number 2. Oh, let's do some more. Try these ones here. Okay, let's keep going. Try number 4. Okay, and I will do 5. See if you can do the fraction. That's half of the middle. I'll give you that clue, or square root of the top and the bottom. Okay, hopefully you've tried it. So this one here, squared. So it's x minus 9. Square root of 81 is 9. Sign of the middle here, sign of this middle is 9. Okay, now fraction. So I can do one, and then if you understand the concept, you can do the other. It's x, sign of the middle is plus. So even here, you put sign of the middle is plus. Now here, you take the square root of 25 and the square root of 4. Square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 4 is 2. Note, in every single case, look at the 18. Half of 18 is 9. Look at the 5. 5 over 2. Half of it is here. Now, if you want, you can pause the video and try the next one. Okay, forgot to add the square here. I'll do this one. Squared, put the x here, minus sign of the middle, 7 over 2. Half, you could take this value here and just put it over 2, or 49 square rooted is 7, square root of 4 is 2. Okay, same here, half of that is negative 9. Okay, let's go on to the next concept. Concept 2, divide the following numbers by 2 and square them. So let's take a look here. You're going to divide all these by 2, and then I'm going to give you 3 to do. So divide all these by 2 and square it. So just put it beside 8 over 2 is 4. And now I'm going to square the 4, and I'm going to get 16. Okay, so you take this number, divide it by 2, and then square it. Okay, I just want you to practice this. So I'll do another one. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Then the entire negative 3 squared is 9. And 12 here, I want you to make sure you get this concept. 12 over 2, 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 squared is 36. I want to make sure everyone can do this. You need to know how to do this in order to complete the square. This concept of taking the number, dividing by 2, and squaring it. Okay, let's see if you can do the other ones here. Try these ones. Oh, you're going to get stuck with this one. Okay, so let's see this one. Negative 18 divided by 2 is negative 9. Negative 9 squared is 81. 5. Okay, so you don't know it's 5 over 2. You might not know. Then you square it. So when you square a fraction, you actually square the top and square the bottom. So it's like 25 over 4. Okay, it's like 25 over 4. And then we get the last one here. Negative 7. So it's like negative 7 over 2. Okay, and then you square that. So you square the top. Squaring the top is 49 over 4. Positive. Every single time you will get a positive answer. So every time you get a positive answer. Okay, let's compare 7 with 1, 8 with 2. So let's take a look here. Okay, 7, you got 16. Let's look at number 1. Look at the 16 at the end. We took the 8 divided by 2, 4 squared. So this is how we're getting the last number. Okay, let's look at the other one. Negative 6. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Squared is 9. Let's go look at the second one here. Look, this is how we're getting the second number here, or the last number, the plus 9. Look at this. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 squared is 36. So you can figure out the last number. Here, negative 18 divided by 2 is negative 9. Squared is 81. So all we've done here, okay, all we've done with all these answers, we've found out how to figure out the last number. Okay, we've compared. Now, conclude. To create a perfect square, we can take the x term, or we can take the term with the x divided by 2 and square it. So when we want to create a perfect square, we can take whatever's in front of the x divided by 2 and square it. Okay, concept 3. Let's create our perfect square. So I'll do this one and maybe you do that one. So underneath, 8 divided by 2 is 4, and then we square it, 16. So there's our perfect square, 16. If we wanted to get an answer for that, I should have left some more room, it'd be like x plus 4 squared. So to get the last term, we take the middle term, 8 divided by 2, we get 4, and then we square it, and 16 goes here. Try that one. Take this term divided by 2 and square it. Okay, I'll write it a little bit lower. 10 divided by 2, negative 5. Negative 5 squared is 25. That creates a perfect square. Okay, now to get the answer, we can put x minus 5 here. Well, we take the square root of the 25 or half that. So to create a perfect square, we take whatever is beside the x divided by 2 and square it. Okay, so each of these questions we're going to convert to vertex form and state the vertex. We'll do that in the next video.